Guys, what's up? Viper here again. I'm back with another Halo video. Now, today I wanted to kind of share my own controller settings that I use for when I play Halo Infinite. I've seen a lot of discussion around and people sharing their settings or what they should recommend and things like that. So I thought I'd kind of share where my preferences are. I've done a lot of messing around trying to find something for myself, and I've tried various different versions of everybody else's controller settings that I've seen across social media. So I'll show you mine, and at the end of this I also have footage of gameplay in me in a ranked match, not only just to show here's my settings, but you can actually see how it works. I focused my settings on basically I wanted to be able to kind of move well with a controller, but also make sure that when I'm aiming that it was slow enough, that my shots were accurate and that they were landing. It's not good enough to crank everything up to the max. Oh yeah, I'll take all my look acceleration up and this, that and the other, and crank all your sensitivities up to 10 and all your dead zone to 0 and whatnot. So I've done a bit of messing around and things like that, and I've kind of landed like somewhere between my own and controller settings that I'd seen that Xbox planner employee that I put out there, and it's been a nice middle ground with what I wanted and mixed in with his settings. So without further ado, we'll jump straight into it all. So also something to bear in mind too, I do use an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, and I'll also go through what my button layout is and why I have it the way I do as well. So without further ado, controller. So obviously I have my button layout, thumbstick layout by default, vibration on, but I know a lot of people who play FPS games tend to have their vibration turned off. For me, I think it's really important to have every part of every sense available to you, and I think the information you get from a vibration, whether it's an explosion being near, whether because the vibration will be strong or it'll be weak depending on how far away something is, as an example. So I always have this turned on. Obviously, I don't do inverted controls. Anyone that does is either an aircraft pilot or utterly insane. Maybe you'd be insane to be an aircraft pilot. Whatever. Hold to zoom. I don't like having my zoom triggered between one or the other. It just doesn't work. I don't have hold to sprint on either. We'll skip auto clamber I turn on. Maintain sprint is on, because obviously you don't have as many buttons available to you like a keyboard and mouse would. So I think automatically being able to clamber, climb up stuff, and being able to maintain your sprint, it's less buttons to press, and you can prioritize what you actually need to do should you get into a situation where you need to enter a gunfight. So here we go. Look acceleration I have cranked up to 5. My look sensitivity, the horizontal axis, I have down to 5, and look sensitivity is half of that, because you tend to move left and right more than you do up and down. Especially if you're on higher ground, you look down anyway, and obviously, yeah, it works better to have your vertical, because you don't move as much vertically, but you do left and right, strafing as an example. So you want that, to be got halfway decent. Zoom level for every other weapon and sensitivity, 0.8 to 1.4. Dead zone center reduced to 0. The input threshold I have cranked all the way up. Axial dead zone again, turned all the way down. I've just pulled off a paddle, but put it back on in a bit. And those three are for my the move thumbstick. Now we'll go with the look thumbstick. So we have center dead zone again 8.0 here. Max input threshold 10, which is the default. And the axial dead zone I have dropped down to 3. So obviously you tend to move than you do look. So that's why I have these dead zones reduced to 0 for the most part. And obviously the max input thresholds turn as high as it can go. So I have the maximum amount of movement I can get at like a full press, for instance. Look, I tend to. My problem is when you've got everything turned up, I always found myself overshooting like left, right, and missing the head and whatnot. So what I wanted to do, again, coming back to, I wanted to be able to move, but not as be as fast with my aiming. So I wanted to kind of make sure it was as stable and felt as good as possible, you know, and sturdy was what I was looking for. So again, this is where I'd set on. So obviously I have some like barriers there to make sure that when I'm moving my analog stick for aiming, you know, that it doesn't tilt too far away. So when I'm trying to like shoot at somebody that's strafing, you know, my shots are landing and I'm not kind of going whoa and swinging my arm everywhere. Yeah, again, so now we've got this out of the way, I shall now show you my Xbox controllers layout. For those that do have an Elite, because for me personally, now more and more games are adopting crossplay. I feel like the controller needs to be elevated to be able to compete with these inputs. For me personally, I think mouse and keyboard does have a massive advantage over controller with just solely on movement, because I think movement is probably more important than being able to aim. So we'll go into this. So obviously here, like the buttons, sticks, all that lot are assigned. So what have I done here? Right, so we'll come to the triggers. So I like to be able to you know, be able to jump and slide, you know, crouch, things like that, you know, without having to kind of like have to reach further up the control, because I think I'm wasting valuable milliseconds when you've got to move your thumbsticks all over the place on the controller. So yeah, X, this is another button I think it's really useful that I have assigned it to my like top of my I don't know, the top trigger here. Oh, wait, no, wait, yeah, it is this one. Obviously B for sliding and stuff like that, A for jumping. Now this, bear with me, let me just stick this back on here. X, right, so I have this assigned to up on the D-pad. Reason is because I like to play a lot of ranked, and because everyone starts off with just a battle rifle and you don't have an alternative weapon to swap to, it's not very often compared to, let's say, the social arena or BTB that you'll find yourself swapping between weapons. And call-outs are probably the most important thing I could ever advise you to do in the ranked playlist, and I'm constantly trying to do it, and you'll see that in this footage. I'm marking up enemies where I've seen them, even if it's not quite hitting the red marker, it's there. So because I play ranked, I don't swap out my weapon all that much. I feel like it was very important to make sure I could call out as, you know, as quickly as possible. So if I'm moving, jumping, sliding, I can just press this again without having to kind of like move my thumb off the stick and be able to mark somebody up and let my teammate know where there is. Or even if I want to melee, I can do that and quickly mark them up to make sure that maybe my teammate can pick up the kill. Yeah, so there we go, guys. There are my controller settings for you. I'm now going to leave you with footage of a match from a ranked playlist. Just thinks Oddball on Livefire. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd greatly appreciate if you can kind of consider subscribing to my channel. I am trying to hit 100 subscribers so I can gain a custom URL for my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, and please, again, don't forget to leave a like. I appreciate the time you've taken out to watch this video, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Get after that skull, Spartan! Ball incoming! Enemy has the ball. Seize the skull! Active camo inbound! Enemy has the ball.
Enemies hurt.
Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Shot caller. Ball dropped. Hostile carrier down.
Enemy has the ball.
We lost possession.
Lost the lead. Ball dropped. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
An ally has slain the carrier. Gained the lead.
Halfway to victory.
Reloading.
Drop. Ball out of bounds. Ball incoming. Enemy has the ball.
S7 sniper available.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Hostile carrier down.
Ball dropped. Ball out of bounds. Ball incoming. Enemy has the ball. Dropped.
Towers down.
We have the ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Active camo inbound.
Enemy has the ball. Shot caller.
Active camo available.
My side. Teammate.
Lead. Enemy team nearing victory. Double kill. Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Active camo. Blocked. What now?
Gain the lead. Shot caller.
Keep your head down.
That right there is why I picked you.
Got him.
Killing spree. Round one. Enemy team facing elimination. Round two. Ball incoming.
Just one more win. One more and we survive this.
Enemy has the ball. Cluster up. Double kill. Ball dropped. We have the ball.
Active camo inbound.
Enemy there.
Shot caller.
Active camo available.
Ball dropped.
Allied carrier down.
We have the ball.
Repulsor acquired.
And my sides.
Lost possession.
We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped.
Allied carrier down.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Glad I'm in your head. That head. What's left of it.
Double kill.
Over there. Hostiles inside.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped. We have the ball.
An ally has slain the carrier. Active camo inbound.
Reloading.
Active camo available.
Double kill.
Grenade out.
Ball dropped. We have the ball. Ball dropped. Nearing victory. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.